friends. My best friend from kindergarten is still one of my best friends.
That's crazy.
Right? Stacey Johnson.
Yeah, that's dope.
I bet I could call up some of them greens. Yeah, noodle some crawfish out the patio.
I love it.
We used to go to the clubs and her Father Seville.
Yeah.
Maybe some crab apples for dessert now, yeah? Hey, yeah. Ha!
Y'all, shout out to Jeremy from The Quartering. I took that little intro from his channel on a review he did on this, but this is the latest interview that Kamala Harris did on a podcast called All the Smoke with two former NBA players, Matt Barnes and I think Steven Jackson. And it is really cringe. I don't know what other way to explain it. It's just really bad. And not only that, it barely got views. It has 243,000 views. And then look at the like to dislike ratio, 15,000 likes and 30,000 dislikes. Now we're going to go through a couple clips. I'm not going to make you sit through this. I could not sit through it. I tried to watch it. It was just cringe. Her laughing every minute. None of the questions answered directly. Some long story that's an emotional plea. You know, she grew up middle class. If I hear that again, I'm just going to throw up in my mouth. I don't know who came up with that for her campaign, but y'all are going to have to delete all that and start over. No one wants to hear it anymore. There wasn't really any hard-hitting policy talked about. It's just, I guess this was supposed to get to know her, but it backfired in the worst way. Now, I'm going to show you a few clips, but the most important thing is going to be the comments. You're going to want to stay for the comments because they are getting torn up in the comments. In fact, let me show you this. Look, there are over 18,000, comments, and I don't want to show you them because they are hilarious. And just like she went to another black kind of podcast before and was torn up in the comments, this is the same thing. I don't know why she did this. I don't know why they chose to do this. Their own fans are turning against them. People are unsubscribing. It is just, and even people who are not like pro-Trump or Republican, people who are just independent or people who are Democrats, they were very upset about this entire interview. But let's go to some of these clips. Before we get started with this video, I just wanted to remind you guys that I have another channel called Melanie Off Script. It would really help me out if you could subscribe to it. The link is below in the description box. Now, let's get into it.
One of my guilty pleasures, especially when I'm on the road, are my Doritos.
Oh, what flavor?
Nacho.
Nacho.
Old original.
OG.
Come on.
Yeah. OG.
Come on.
Red bag.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Red bag.
That's exactly. Got to have a napkin nearby.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One of my guilty pleasures, especially when I'm on the road, are my Doritos.
Because we all just want to know her guilty pleasure and that she likes Doritos and you need a napkin. Every answer, mid-answer, right after they ask a question, while they're asking a question, she just keeps laughing hysterically. I just don't get what is so funny. It is just a constant laughter, and they'll say it's just joy, but it gets to a place where it's just bizarre at some point to constantly laugh. Like, even on serious questions, she will just laugh. But guys, there's more. Let's continue.
Look, from the time that the president called me and told me he wasn't running, I mean, it just like everything was in speedy motion. And I was not sleeping so well. And that one morning, I had, I don't know, a few hours sleep, and I like to sleep. I just got up, and so I just went out and got a pork roast and started marinating.
See, time to work. Get to your happy place.
And my family having to be.
So, you're in the second most powerful position, arguably. It's actually not arguably in the world, because the United States sets policy basically around the world. The United States is the youngest nation on earth, but it sets policy around the world. So you understand that your boss, which is the most powerful person in the world, and you've got word that he's going to step down, and the first thing you want to do is marinate some pork roast or whatever she said, and then she cackles behind it. Do we think these things are serious? But knowing a woman's nature, they just laugh when there's nothing to laugh about. It's a woman being a woman. But okay, I am about to embark on the most important thing that I could ever do in my life. But you know what? I'm gonna go marinate some pork roast and a good. That's pretty much what she did. It doesn't make sense to me. It's just so cringe. Black folks, y'all on this thing, just be real with me. Just be real. Let's be real. But this is not the case with this lady. She don't have to be real. She just get 1, 2, 7, 10 passes because she looks a certain part. Is that all it's about? Because I can look a certain part and I can make you believe anything that I want you to believe. I do have the power of persuasion. This person right here, she's clueless. It's not an insult. It's just listen to the answers openly and objectively. Just listen.
Me in town, so they were very happy about the whole situation. But I just got up and started. Everybody's asleep. I just got up and started cooking. Look, from the time that the president called me and told me he wasn't running.
Now, in another clip, she said that everybody was up and she was making bacon when she got the call from Joe Biden. Now, she's saying she went out and got a pork roast and started cooking and everybody was asleep. I'm just very confused. She literally has said that. In fact, let's play that clip.
Here, I'll give you a little too much information. Go for it. There's no such thing, Madam Vice President.
My family was staying with us, and including my baby nieces. And we had just had pancakes and, Auntie, can I have more bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And then we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And the phone rang and it was Joe Biden. And he told me what he had decided to do. And I asked him, are you sure?
Okay, enough with that. So which one is the truth? Here, they had eaten breakfast, everyone was up, they were sitting down to do a puzzle, everyone's up, but then she just said the pork roast. I just have to play it again because am I missing something? Which one is the lie? The podcast or this one? They're two different stories.
Look, from the time that the president called me and told me he wasn't running, I mean, it just everything was in speedy motion.
Speedy
and I
motion.
was not sleeping so well. And that one morning, I had, a few hours sleep, and I like to sleep. I just got up, and so I just went out and got a pork roast and started marinating.
See, time to work. Get to your happy place.
And my family happened to be in town, so they were very happy about the whole situation. But I just got up and started, everybody's asleep, I just got up and started cooking.
So everybody was already asleep. But in this clip, what? Like, who is tracking the lies? And I haven't heard anyone else call this out, this blatant lie. I'm just, what is she doing? But guys, let's continue.
From a show to a whole entire company, what is your economic plan moving forward for people who are living paycheck to paycheck and,
Yeah.
struggling for groceries and rent and homeowners.
So, look, I grew up, so my sister and I were raised by our mother. We lived for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center. That child care center was actually owned by a woman who lived 2 doors down from us, Mrs.
hard.
Shelton, who was, by all of our accounts and feelings, our second mother. She helped raise us. And so she was a small business owner. So I'll start with the small business and congratulations on
Thank
what you
you.
guys have
Thank
done. I, from a child, knew who our small business owners are, right? I mean, you're business leaders, but you're also civic leaders. You take seriously your voice and how you can mentor, how you can grow, right? Communities and the sense of communities. I love our small businesses. And so a lot of my work in terms of building and growing the economy has focused on small businesses.
What? Censor. What is she talking about? Just from a normal, everyday citizen, the question was asked. What is she talking about? But let's continue.
And my vision overall is we need to build an opportunity economy in which we increase opportunity for all, including small business owners. So a lot of my work, even in the Senate, was about increasing access to capital through our small businesses and in particular through our community banks. So I've been responsible for billions of dollars more now going into our community banks because they're in the community and then they know who's in the community and
Who's doing
where
the
the
good in the
talent is and
community.
who's doing good in the community, what the community wants. And so part of my plan as president.
And I tell you, it doesn't get better from there. What? It's this anecdotal story about her. Everything is about her. Every question, everything is some anecdotal story. But I think most of these are just made up because you can see clearly right there. I showed you how she just made up when she got the call from Biden. How do you not keep that story straight? One of the biggest ones. And again, the people in the banks don't give money to the banks and they know in the community who needs the money. So therefore, that's how you're helping small businesses. But maybe I'm reading it wrong. And again, guys, I'm independent and I'm just flabbergasted by the lack of substance that she is showing in this interview and many others. But this one in particular was especially cringe. I've never seen someone turn every single thing about themselves in this anecdotal. I grew up middle class. When
Melanie, I get it. She always turns things about her, but we have no choice but to speak on what this person says. Like the community banks, right? I don't know what community banks are because throughout my life I've always seen corporate banks. So if these community banks, I just don't even know what they are. Is that a Bank of America that's just placed in your community? Is that considered a community bank? I just don't know what these things are. And then the word salad, the community banks know who you are. The bank don't know who you are. That's why you have to go fill out all this paperwork and are you credit worthy and is it for business and tax returns, let's see those. This is amazing.
my mother and then this lady, no one cares. I don't get it. Who is advising her to keep speaking this way? Or maybe they've advised her to do something different and she doesn't know how. I don't know. Let's continue.
Don't hear that. Don't hear that. I eat no for breakfast. That's my saying.
Well, I think too,
I
we
eat
talked
no
about-
for breakfast. Don't hear that. Don't hear that. I eat no for breakfast. That's my saying.
Wait, do y'all see their faces? Do you hear the pity chuckle? And Steven Jackson sitting there like, bitch, what? What is she talking about? And he's sitting there doing this fake laugh. Like, they even know that this is cringe. I eat no for breakfast. Like when black people said, what are you going to do for them as president? And you said nothing, no, essentially. Is that the same thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, you do eat no for breakfast.
All right, I'm done with this because these dudes could have called her out on so many things. They've seen the videos. I'm not gonna do nothing for black folk. And she was so animated. She was like this. I'm not gonna do nothing specifically for black folks. No. But Steven Jackson, you sitting up here in this, and Matt Barnes, if it was about race, you would make it as such to where black folks can capitalize on race. She is potentially gonna be in the highest seat of the land. Ask her and hold her feet to the fire. What are you gonna do specifically for black folks? Because Matt Barnes, even though you're Italian and black, you said you understood when you were a black man. When someone was trying to do something to your sister, blah, blah, blah. That would tell me before that happened, you really didn't identify with black folks. But that's your wake-up call. So let's go there. And so now you know you're black. Which is ridiculous because people of the melanin, shout out Brandon Tatum. People of the melanin, we know we're black every single day. But that was your call. So why wouldn't you ask her specifically about certain things? But you know what? I'm done. Because this whole presidential race is freaking crazy.